Good evening, everyone. Welcome you all to Revamp ED YouTube. Today we have scheduled a meet on TISS interview orientation. Here we have a resource person from TISS Mumbai campus. We have Rahul Lelumare. He's pursuing his master's in law, access to justice LLM. And we also have with us Surya Prabha. She is pursuing her master's in social work, specialized in entrepreneurship. Um, so, as you all already appeared CUT entrance examination, you have been waiting for a long time. This might be a tough for you because some of the universities has already published the results, and most of the time you might be waiting for your results to come. If you are getting admission into certain universities, then also you have a dilemma that whether to choose that university or till wait for TASS. I'm sure that your wait for this is gonna end soon. That now we have come across the rank list and selection list to the interview, and you might have submitted your DAF as well. And now you almost have interview alone. So just to support you in the online interview process, we planned this event not only for our students who already attended the residential coaching, but also to others. We are putting this into YouTube as well. If you have any queries in the discussion while it is going on, you can unmute yourself and ask. Otherwise, you can listen the session. Yeah, over to you, Rahul.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, everybody. And I am so happy to join again with Revamp. And this session, I think it will hopefully helpful for everyone. So let me give a small framework. So you will be now, after giving the written exam, waiting for the online assessment. As you know, the online assessment is two part. I will get to it. So you might have completed your dash form also it now. So you are waiting for the online assessment. So this sessions will be divided into two parts. As I am Rahul coming from LLM background from TASS, I will be speaking on overall preparation strategy for this online assessment. And my friend who is after me going to present, she will present on the specifics on like any topic that you are going to give any assessment or any courses. So what are the specific or expected topics, how to approach for it? So she is from MSW background. So I am from LLM background. So I will be giving general things about this online assessment. So like online assessment is of two parts. So one is extemper and one is the personal interview. So what we are going to do in the extemper is nothing but they will give you a topic and you have to speak on the topic for two to 3 minutes. So what happens is when you enter the meeting hall, the panel will be of three people and it will be have two domain faculty people and one from the other faculty. So why I am telling this is the extemper will be mostly on your faculty, like what course you are applying for. For example, I am applying for LLM or else criminology and justice. So the extemper topic will be based on your domain subject only or the course that you are applying for. And it will be mostly asked by the faculty member inside that. So you have to prepare the extemper topic accordingly. So the two topic that I have mentioned, it is not an optional topic. So for example, they are giving firstly two topics and you have to choose one. Not like that. So you have to firstly hear the first topic. If you are not comfortable fully with the first topic, then you have to shift to the second topic. The second topic, if you are choosing, you have to choose that only. You cannot now say that I will be going to the first topic, not the second topic. No. Once you hear the second topic, you have to present your extemper on the second topic itself. So this is the extemper pattern. So the weightage will be like mostly uh, 20 percentage on the earlier it was 20 percentage on the extemper and 30 percentage on the interview and 50 percentage for the written exam. So the extemper has a lesser weightage than the personal interview, but it is very much important. So what you have to do as a preparation strategy while you are doing any extemper round generally is firstly you have to be very well versed with the current affairs or the basics with your domain subject. For example, when I read law, my extemper topic was on the good governance and rule of law. So firstly, when they say any topic, you have to first take 1 minute and think, or else 30 seconds to think or articulate what you are going to say. Because the next 3 minutes, you don't know like how to do, and randomly you are starting, that will not be beneficial. So take a 30-second break. The interview panel will be very much accommodative. So there is no doubt on it. So take a 30-second or 1 minute and articulate on yourself what are the points that you are going to say, like a subtopic, and then you start. So that will be helpful for you. Don't speak after 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Control yourself. So the less you speak within the time frame, the more you get a mark. So that is also very much important. So this 2 to 3 minutes, you have to very crisply speak, very what to say, some specific, or else when it comes to law, I have told some judgments, right? Some data. If you can connect with this kind of specifics, that will give you more grace points. So in the extempo round, this is the main thing. Start with the first topic. If you are 100% not sure with your first topic, then only ask the optional topic. Once you go to the optional topic, you cannot fall back to the first topic. So that you have to keep in your mind, and take a 30-second break and articulate yourself what are the topics that you are going to say, like what are the subtopics, then you say. And then like what are the expected topics? Yes, I already told you, if you are coming from any UG background, that UG background basics are very much important, and what you are applying for, that course you have to know, like what they are teaching in their particular MA subject. So there you have to see, okay, this might come. So these basics are very much important, and the extemper will be coming from very basics only, or else the current affairs topics, right? So read something on that, and there will be sometimes questions asked from the expert, or else go through the TISS website. This is one short key I can say you. Go through the TISS website and see what are the faculties in your what to say, in your expected course that you are applying for. So the faculties and their domain areas. So within the masters itself, some people might have, for example, in within the law itself, some people might have very well versed in the refugee side, international laws. Some person will be in the domestic laws when it comes to criminal laws and something like that. So your faculties expertise will also make a question. So your panel members will be your faculty people, and the faculty's expertise topic may come for your extramper and as well as in personal interview. So this preparation strategy might around all these things. So, and also, as I told you, go through the papers that you are going to study in the courses that you are applied for, and read something on that, some basics on that. So, for example, when it comes to the law, community justice, community participation in the justice. So, this kind of questions also came in the interview process itself. So, I will suggest you to go through the basics of your domain area, and also the expected course what you are applying for. There also the basics. So, these basics can come from the for the example round. And some basic things for the interview, if you ask me, I will say the DAV form is very much important. So the DAV form you are writing, right? In the DAV form, most of the things that you are mentioned, that will be counted in the personal interview round. So for example, when I mentioned in my DAV form that I have filed some RTA applications before some forums, the interview panel member directly asked that, okay, you have mentioned in your DAV form that you have applied RTA applications, for what you have applied, what you have gained from it, and some ancillary questions from the RTA stuff. So where is the Whistleblowers Act? So anything related to the DAF. So anything related to the DAF, you have to, like, for example, if I am sitting for the interview panel, what I will ask from this DAF, okay. So and then there will be a question in why you are applying for TISS or why you want to be here. The DAF answer will be there, and the same question will be asked in the personal interview also. So there will be two questions coming for your personal interview. I will be telling that right now itself why you want to choose TISS than any university, and tell me about yourself. See, this tell me about yourself. People will ask in every forum, right? In every interview, they will ask this. But choose yourself how to say it. When they say introduce about yourself, tell more than what you have given in the application. And why you want to choose this? Don't say like something very much general. Don't say, but be genuine. I told that I don't know why I am choosing TISS, but the only point I know why I am choosing TISS is the basic. I know I want to work with the community and I work for the pro bono litigation. So I know the end point, but what tool I have to use, how to reach that particular position, I thought that can be revealed in the TISS. So the way you are saying it, be genuine. Sometimes genuinity can make you reach the position that you want to go. So don't say something illogical. And whatever the questions are, this is also very much important point. Kindly notice whatever the question, whatever the course that you are applying for, they will expect you to say any answer that you are sensitized, right? You are sensitized about these social issues, marginalized people. You know that, right? This is working for the what to say, the downtrodden or this marginalized section of the people. So the theory is that, like, the vision and mission of this is like that. Either they are working or not working is another course, but your answers should reflect that you also have the vision and mission what TASS had. So this will also give you the points. So whenever they ask something, don't say the answer that you will saying it to your friend, right? The answer to the test should reflect that you are sensitized to the society. You are sensitized to the different marginalized groups in the society. So your answer should say that, yeah, I am being with them. I will find a solution to work with them or uplift them. Uplifting is another thing, but say that you are sensitized towards them. That will be a key criteria to select you in the TISS. So uh, as I already told you, be genuine to it, and DAP form should reflect, like, whatever you are putting in the DAP form, that has to be very much genuine. Don't say that that is not there within you, and you put in the DAP when they ask interview questions on the DAP form, you don't know anything about that. Don't create a situation like that. So the sociological aspect and marginalized perspective of your UG background. So whenever they ask me questions on my law, I have to say someone like I am. So when I can remember a question, uh, like every law is being misused. Likewise, there is a general saying that domestic violence laws are being misused by the women. So what is your take on it? So now I can say, yeah, they are misusing it. It is a widely, the data is also showing it. But I choose another option. I told that it is a psychological thing that whenever any law is being made for any societally background people, like deprived people or downtrodden people, that laws are being questioned on their genuinity of using. Every law will be misused. Every sections of law will be misused. But misusing by any woman, any law that made for a social justice is being widely propagated in the society. So I told it is a psychological issue. So while you are saying any answer, try to be with the marginalized people and answer it from their mouth. So that is the thing they are expecting, right? And the simple trick I can say, go through this website, whatever the course that you are applying for, go through the faculty's expertise, speak with your seniors, speak with the people that they are earlierly studying on. This pattern of interview will not change anywhere. Okay, for example, if they ask us that the two panels will be led by one person, I can say the dean, the other panel is the other associate professor, and the questions will be mostly on their expertise areas. One will be either on refugees, the other will be either on prison reforms and criminal reforms, right? So read the expertise areas of the faculty members and prepare stuffs on it, especially the current affairs. Okay, if anyone is preparing for LLM, you can expect questions on refugee laws. Why India don't have a refugee law? What is your take on it? So Ukraine issue or else the Palestine issue. Globally, how UN is reacting to it, ICJ is reacting to it. I am saying the specifics. If anyone is from LLM, preparing for LLM, these are the questions that you can expect for, right? The new criminal laws. They will not ask you what is new criminal law. Say some 5 points. How the new criminal laws are effectively speaking for the marginalized people, or else whether they are speaking for the marginalized people. What section that you think the new criminal laws will affect the marginalized people, right? So you have to prepare on new criminal laws for definitely if you are preparing for LLM, and the questions will definitely come like this only. How you think the new criminal laws will change the lives of the marginalized people, like that? Okay. So read something on the domain areas of the faculty. So the faculty's domain areas will be like tribal rights. So Forest Conservation Act, recent amendment on the Forest Conservation Act, and the other topics on the refugees that I told already, and then the criminal reforms and prison reforms, and the surrogacy act and women related acts. Okay. So this will come on. The general points that I have discussed right now, the specific points and specific courses and specific topics will be now discussed by Surya. Over to you, Surya.
Thank you, Rahul, for explaining brilliantly, because he's actually covered a lot of points. And I'll be more specifically talking about social work, because social work already has like nine specializations, and for each specializations, extempore topics might be different, and will definitely be different, obviously. And as he said, all the extempore tips, please keep those in mind, and please write. I think by today DAF form should be filled, I guess, if I'm not wrong. So I hope you've written it well, and don't bluff it, basically, because most of your 95% of the questions are going to be from DAF only, and it's not going to be explicitly from DAF. So if you've written something on DAF related to, so for me, my mother is a nurse, and they literally directly asked me, have you ever been to a government hospital? And what is the condition of the government hospital? So things will be picked up from here and there. So you have to make sure that your DAF is like honest, so that you can build answer to it. Because if you're bluffing, they're going to know it. So please be careful with that. So I'll just move on with the personal interview. Clear and concise DAF. And then please make sure, since you're coming to a social work course, obviously you need to have a basic understanding of social issues like poverty, unemployment, girl illiteracy, and everything. These are basic things, and you'll be able to articulate more formative answers if you know certain issues properly. And specifically, uh, and then why TISS, and then why this specific course. Since we have 9 courses, you might be choosing 3 courses, obviously, on your preference list, and they might ask you why this is your first preference and second preference and third preference. And if there's no relation between 3 courses also, they'll ask you why there is like, you've chosen HRM in one side, and you've chosen social work in another side. They might ask you that question as well. And then next is corporate social responsibility is on trend now, and it's like booming nowadays. And there have been like a lot of questions last year, and we are also expecting this year as well about corporate social responsibility. And there are also people coming from CSR most of the times. And also there are people who shift their major from maybe science or like completely mathematics to social work, engineering to social work, and there will be like a particular reason to it. Some might tell that there is like a lot of job opportunities. Please do not tell that as a reason, because they're not going to accept it. And there might be a genuine reason within yourself, maybe your interest towards it, or else I chose undergraduation because of the family pressure, and I want to pursue something that owns my heart. That's why you're coming to social work. It might be like that. So please be genuine. Don't think that is a very silly reason. Maybe that might make a big difference in your interview. And then proficiency in their undergrad major might make a very big difference. Since I studied sociology, they did ask me about certain, they won't ask you, tell me about Emile Durkheim. They'll ask you, who's your favorite like author, sociologist, what is your favorite subject, and they'll pick from there. If I say gerontology, they'll ask questions about gerontology. If you have done research, they'll ask research related questions. So whatever you've written in your DAF, or is whatever you're telling in the interview, they'll ask like follow up questions, and that will move on. They might break it, or else they'll actually may continue talking about the same topic over and again. So whatever you write, please write with genuinity, and whatever you talk, please talk with genuinity. And then role of social work in society as well. Since even though you're not there yet, you should have a basic understanding of what social work does to the society. And I think that's the major thing. And what is your vision towards it? Like if you join social work, in TISS, basically, how are you going to give back to the society? What is your idea of society itself? See, everybody has a different perspective towards life and, education and everything. And you might have a very different perspective, and they might have a very different perspective. But in the interview, especially, you will have to, translate your perspective to them so that they understand, okay, they are going to make a little bit of difference or else an impact if they come to Tata Institute of Social Science, for sure. And social work, they mainly, as Rahul also said, they are big on like sensitivity and everything. So please be sensitized, and if they know, if they get to know you're ignorant and you're like, no, these things and all, they won't appreciate. If you do not know an answer, please be confident and say, I do not know. And please don't be afraid, oh, I'm going to be stuck in language, oh, here and there. It's all right. Please be confident and just pass and resume. It's completely fine. They're going to be okay with it. If you just stop in one moment and be like, no, I'm not going to do it, that's not the kind of attitude they're looking for, basically. And then, 1 second, let me change the slide. So we have 9 different specializations, right? I told you. So we have like lot of extempore questions pre-prepared. I mean, not for the present year. So we asked from our present batch. So they gave us like tons of questions. So here are the questions. So you can just go through it. And
Yeah,
these,
Surya, just a moment.
yeah,
Can
sorry.
you make it as a full screen?
It is in full screen. I'll share the 1 second. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, I think you can just make it.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, yes, yes. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So basically, and also self-introduction is a must, as he said, Rahul said. You have to be very concise. They don't want like 1 hour self-introduction for sure, because our answers are also very short. They expect, critical, concise answers for sure. And then why a particular course? This is of women-centered practice question. Sorry, I didn't put the title. But why WCP? And why TISS? Why this course in TISS? What, puts it out there? So the questions might be like that. And then these are the questions that you can like go through. And the left side one is for livelihoods in social entrepreneurship. So please, they'll give you 30 seconds. Try to articulate it properly. If not, please make a template. Sometimes, people cannot speak on the spot. Even I was not able to speak on the spot. Maybe you can, give examples and, take your time for that as well. Examples play a very, very major role in extempore and in personal interview as well. If for me, my topic was impact of contemporary cinema in the society. So I started talking about how I liked cinema and how it actually made an impact. Really good movies. Within that 1 minute, I told a cute little movie review about a movie itself. That will make them realize that okay, they are applying some concept to the real life things. That's what this expects you to do. There are concepts which are in book which are not translated to the real life. So if you're able to do that translation part well, they'll be able to see, the potential in it, basically. And also the intent also matters very lot, because sometimes people just come for social work as a backup. And I feel like social work as a backup is not a good thing, because I feel like social work takes a lot of time and it is very hectic and it can be exhaustive at times. So if you're really interested and passionate about social work, I feel like it is genuinely reflected on the interview as well, and they can actually sense it. The professors have the talent to sense it. So make sure that you're sensitive in the interview, and whenever you're talking about a topic or else you're speaking about some issue or else replying to a question also, make sure there is some genuinity and some intention, good intention behind it. So these are the questions that you go through. You can go through it. And then this is for children's and family, disabilities and studies, disability studies in action. It can be very specific. So if the DAF, if you have like a undergraduation major in social work or sociology, or specifically in a particular domain, they might ask you very specifically in your extempore as well. So if you have like an engineering background, if I ask you about accessibility and representation, you might not able to say, with technicalities and words and terms and all. So they won't expect also. You don't have to worry about, oh, I didn't come from this background, I might not be able to say. You can be general, but you can be specific with your own examples. Examples can actually make a very big difference, and I've heard from my fellow mates as well. They have told examples makes the interview more rich. So this is for mental health and public health. You can maybe take a screenshot, or else we can share the presentation as well. This is for criminology and justice, Dalit, and tribal studies in action. There are many courses. Please don't get like confused with it, but yeah, that is there. And also, if there are specific NGOs from your region, specific NGOs, all around the world, international organizations, current affairs, and everything, that also you might, you have to take into consideration. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, my professor, my interview panel professor asked me who is Periyar and what impact he had in the society. So if you are from a particular region, and if if a personality is from your region, you should know about them, and they might ask you. And as far as livelihoods in social entrepreneurship is concerned, they might ask you what is the now one nation one product is a big thing. So maybe from your region, your district, what is the famous product, or like what is the marketed product, they might ask you that as well. And for Dalit tribal studies in action, they might ask you any laws, or for criminology and justice as well, any laws or like amendments that are that have impacted Dalit people. They might ask you that as well. Dalit Panthers, those things are also prominently asked in interviews. And also you have to have this is just an overview. Academic background, please have a very clear understanding of undergraduation, and also understanding of keywords. Maybe if you're from Dalit tribal studies, and what is the Dalit, they might not ask you specifically, but by telling in your extempore, or else while you're using it in a sentence also, you should use those words: marginalized, underprivileged, underrepresented. These are the words that might enrich your whole interview also. And then what's happening around you, not only in the world, maybe within your region, within your district, that might be asked. And then please be honest and do not bluff. uh, if your intention is right, they'll take you for sure. So please don't be underconfident. You just be very confident, and even if you do not know the question, please say, "Sir, I do not know. Ma'am, I do not know." Uh, and yeah, if you're accepting some mistakes also, that is also a very big plus point. In my interview also, I mistakenly misunderstood the question, and I was like, I was bluffing. I didn't know what I was saying, and then they stopped me in the middle, and then they asked the question again, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Then I restarted the question, but I still got selected because I think the second answer was pretty good. So basically, that's it. Thank you so much. All the very best. So if there's any doubt clearing, we can go ahead with it.
Yeah, thank you both. Yeah, so is there any question from the participant side? Swapnil, do you have any queries? Just to be clear.
No, sir, but actually, if they are asking us to talk about any topic, so what is the duration of that topic? Means 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or I attended the online assessment also, so they are talking only 1 minute, I think, this time. So I don't know the time duration for it.
It's actually only 1 minute for us. I'm not sure. For social work, it's 1 minute. I'm not sure about law.
No, in law they told about 2 minutes. They gave 2 minutes. So it is like 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Deepu, Kali, and others can also ask questions. Meanwhile, I have one query which many people ask when we give the orientation in online. Then people ask that I have a long break, like I have been studied for a while, and I'm working like 6 to 7 years experience I'm having, and now I'm thinking to join for a master's in especially in education and social work. People asking, what would be your take on it?
I think if they have work experience, they'll ask about what was the learning process, what have you learned throughout the day, throughout the years, and they'll ask you only like what was your experience and why did you choose to, uh, change your direction towards social work. That will be the direct question, and they can say the genuine answer if they are like if they were engaged in family pressure and everything. They can tell that genuinely, because there are people who have told that and they're still here, because there is no like correct answers as far as this is concerned, because they aim for genuinity. I feel like 6-7 years, it's a long gap what they have done, and what they've been through also, and yeah, that can be said.
And they can be confident also. 1 out of 3 people who are studying with us do have the experience, work experience. Not everyone is freshers who are studying in TISS. So as she told, you can be genuine and you will be get selected.
You see, many of my experience with the students now. We had a residential coaching, so many students worry that this is costly. I try to explain them whatever. I mean, from TISS, I also had experience that where we get the fellowship or scholarship. Sometimes people partially work or go for an internship. They take, they do work with the respective departments or in library also. They get a chance as a research assistant or associate, or even to audit several courses. They get a chances. But how costly it is? What is the situation now? Is it affordable for the students?
This is a little on the expensive side when you live outside. I think if you're staying in the hostel, it might reduce a very substantial amount. But if you're living outside, it can be a little, uh, you know, denting your bank account. But still, I feel like the way you learn and everything, it will make sure that you'll get the amount back. That's another thing. And also, there are people who do internships, but internships in social work especially is a little very very hectic. The course itself is very hectic. If you go for field work and everything, you might not be able to do internships and all to compensate with your educational costs. But I would rather say you have to learn अच्छे से for 2 years and then maybe get back to it. But you get scholarships if you're in the position of getting a scholarship. I think Rahul can shed some light on it.
Yes, as far as this is concerned, like Mumbai is costly. Not this is costly, Mumbai is costly. But this is concerned about the student as comparatively to the other institutions. This has different wings of scholarship providing areas. Like for example, this itself providing scholarships to the students from the application side itself. And then you will have student aid, which is different from the initial scholarships. So initially, your tuition fees will be reduced, and then the student aid interview, if you get selected, then you will be provided with the other beneficial, like for example, 50,000 up to 50,000, or else the whole course fees will be beared by the TISS itself. And when it comes to like if you are economically deprived people, like I think it is now 5 lakh or 2 lakh below annual income 2 lakh, you will get hostel. So hostel, if you are getting, that is like affordable as any other city in you are studying, and this has the student aid and as well as the initial helpful stuff. Apart from that, you have other affiliated helpful agencies like Bridge. So I myself a Bridge scholar for LLM, like law and gender. So I got financial and as well as the mentorship backup from the Bridge. So Bridge and other organizations are providing scholarships to the students studying in TISS. So yeah, like this is concerned about the student. Mumbai is costly. You have to make it up. That's it.
And also professors will help you access those scholarships as well, so you don't have to worry about, because in social work also we have like field trips and field work and stuff that might be costly, but they'll help you with getting scholarships from other outside sources as well. So we don't have to, because they think that you're coming to social work and money shouldn't be obstacle for you to access education.
Yeah, thank you. And I think Government of India post metric scholarship also there, but still, I have explained two things, but then also people worry. I don't know what is happening now in the campus. And got a
Yeah.
special, yeah, very specific question. One more question. It's there. Meanwhile, others, if you have any queries, you can text in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and ask. The next question is, what is placement scope for social entrepreneurship and climate change course? So actually, one of the person got admission. I think now they are appearing for interview. They have a doubt that whether should they join. They are already working in a organization called Heidelberg Foundation.
I think even though we are not from the department itself, I think what I've heard for social entrepreneurship is that they basically push them for social entrepreneurship itself, building a startup or like a social entrepreneur, skills and everything. But they also have placements as well. They also have placements in startups again, and they also have common placement opportunities that everybody gets. So they appear for that as well. For climate change and that course, I think they get specifically good placements. And yeah, that's a very good option to go for because they have a lot of scope right now. And I feel like in general itself, it is a very booming course and it's very much needed. So they have good placements. That's what I've heard with good packages as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Rahul, you wanted to share something in between I stopped you.
No, like when it was about scholarship, I actually want to say like now this is being affiliated with the central universities officially. So I request Revamp team to I encourage them to ask the Tamil Nadu government into TISS in the IIT IIM scholarship, which is provided by the Tamil Nadu government, as Eliana very much well known with that. So yeah, hopefully if TISS is being attached with that program, the whole hostel and as well as the academic fee will be reimbursed, right, up to 2.5 lakhs. So I take this as a forum and request the team to help to come forward for the scholarship opportunities also. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we have already gave the higher education minister a presentation stating that to provide a scholarship, and they also announced that if a student from government schools joining to any central university, they pay back all the money as a scholarship. We also emphasize that they should consider the private schools as well, since many of us think that our entire life will be not even us. Our parents been thinking that the future of entire family or the generations even might be from the village or for a certain village, there will be the 1 or 2 person will be studying in the private school, spending all their hard-earned money. So we requested the government to consider the private schools as well, to add them also into all the scholarships or whatever the welfare schemes being implemented by government. Let's see how it goes. Meanwhile we'll update you on things. We'll be keeping things also. So thank you all for joining the last call. Do you have any queries or we wind up the session? Kali, do you have any question or? Yeah, I
No,
hope.
sir.
Okay, okay. I hope that everybody understood that. Thank you, Rahul and Suti Prabha, for joining this evening. I know it is so hard, and I ask people to stay in home and just prepare for interview. Don't get sick in between. Thank you all for joining. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Revamp and as well as Eliana for having us. Thank you
Thank you.
Suri.
All the best.